Hey, what's up everybody? Chad here and welcome to the Home of the Money Minute. Today's video is going to be about what's in my wallet for summer of 2022. Now, this is the first time I've done one, and I've seen a few of them and I've gotten some great ideas from them and I've actually been inspired by a few of them. So before we get started, I really love to ask, as always, that you please hit the like button, subscribe, comment, and share because I love the interaction and it will really help this get in front of people who may need this information. Really helps out with the YouTube algorithm, so I'd really appreciate it, and it helps the channel a great deal. So without further ado, let's get into what's in my wallet. Now, I have a few credit cards, but what we're gonna go over are the ones that I'm mainly using now on the daily. So that's not complete without my favorite card, the one that I've been using the most, and that is the Amex Platinum. Now, the reason I'm using this, it's not something I would normally use on a daily basis, but when I signed up for it and I got it in January, it came with a promotion for 6 months of 10x points for restaurant purchases and Amex Shop small purchases. Now, 10x is just ridiculous. It is super high. And frankly, this is the reason I carry this card in my wallet now, because all of my restaurant spend goes on it, because it just makes sense. The next runner-up, one of the best cards that I've heard of, or at least that I know of, that is used for restaurant spending is the Amex Gold, which I do not have yet, but we'll get into that later. But either way, at any given time, that's 4x. And I don't know where you went to school, but where I went to school, 10 is not only more than 4, it's way more than 4. And that makes a big difference with my organic spending. Now, other than that, I'm also doing a series on all of the benefits that the Amex Platinum comes with. And because I travel for work, I tend to carry it more just in case I need it. And that pretty much wraps it up why it's in my wallet. It generates points, and you can look at some of the videos through the playlist, which I'll link to this video, and see why it is that I use it. Now, my second most frequently used card is going to be my American Express Blue Cash Preferred. Now, the reason I use this card, and this is something that I use, is because this works for me. I've done a video about my hybrid Amex Trifecta in which I use this card in place of the gold card, because right now I don't have a gold card and I'm trying to strategize the best time to get one, because strategy is everything. And frankly, mainly what I would use the gold card for is actually restaurant spend, but it can't beat the 10x that my platinum card is currently giving me, even though that expires in June. But I'll work that out, as I go along. But the other reason I have it is because in my house, we don't have regular cable, we cut the cord, and it gives me 6% back on my streaming services. I got 6% back on my groceries, and I take this when I travel, because when I travel, look, I don't care who you are, 10x or not, gold card or not. I like to do a little grocery shopping to have some food, because I don't care how much money you make, eating out at restaurants very frequently gets expensive, period. That's not something I made up. It's a known. It's pretty much common sense. So I use that for cash back at grocery stores, and it gives me 3% back on gas. If I'm out on an assignment, have to rent a car, and I have to get gas, that's my 3% back. Now, I know points purists are probably going crazy. Oh, that's a cash back card. You can't mix that with an MR point card. Yes, you can. I'm here to tell you that this is what's in my wallet. I'd love to hear what's in your wallet in the comments, but we have to set these things up for what works best for us. And in my specific situation, that actually works best for me. And by all means, if you agree with it, great. If you don't, great. But it works for my situation, so that's why I carry that card. Now, last but not least, the last card that I use, because right now I'm just on the 3-card setup, is my Chase Sapphire Preferred. Now, I'm over 524, the vaunted Chase rule that, locks people out. But the reason I have it is because my lovely wife put me as an AU, So we're using this to hit the sign up bonus. So as of right now, my CSP is actually replacing my Blue Business Plus as my catch-all card and pretty much my primary spend card, except for restaurants, because I'm not giving up that 10X, because we have to hit a sign-up bonus. The current sign-up bonus and deal that we are on is 80,000 points for $4,000 worth of spend in 3 months. With our organic spend, it shouldn't be a problem to hit that whatsoever. And on top of that, with the versatility of Visa being accepted in so many places and for so many things, that spend is not an issue. So right now, those are my 3 main cards that I'm using very frequently, almost on a daily basis. And once again, I'd love to hear what you're using. By all means, please leave it in the comments. Now, with this being considered, and I've told you what's in my wallet for summer of 2022. Of course, I'm gonna reevaluate this after the sign-up bonuses hit with the CSP, and probably for the fall and the winter, because as seasons change, so does spending. I have some advice. I've been doing some thinking, and I have some rules for you that could probably help you with what's in your wallet. Now, with all things, if you're gonna get into this credit card game, the first thing I always have to preach is responsibility. There's no reason, if you're not responsible with 1 card, chances are you probably won't be responsible with 5. I've heard of people with 20. In some cases, there are YouTubers here with over 40 cards. The name of the game is responsibility, because these aren't free. This isn't free cash. So you have to understand that no matter how much you make, it's very easy to get in trouble with credit card debt and debt in general. Now, another thing is, as far as sign-up bonuses are concerned, do not get a card in which the sign-up bonus will cause you to go into unnecessary debt, because that eats into your returns. It's very counterintuitive. People do it. Now, sign-up bonuses are attractive. They tend to attract a lot of people in the card ecosystem, but there's no point in going in debt. What is the point of going in debt that you then have to pay back, that you can't pay back, and then you have a balance, which we will get into. So there's no reason to go into debt over a sign-up bonus. And the second thing, as far as sign-up bonuses go, do yourself a favor. Don't pick up multiple sign-up bonuses at once, because then guess what tends to happen? You tend to spend more and send yourself into debt, thereby reducing your returns. So I'll link a video that I did about the kinds of spenders that I've noticed out in the world, so you have an idea of what I'm talking about as far as organic spending goes. You don't want to do inorganic spending, and with sign-on bonuses, you want to do organic and strategic spending in order to maximize your returns. Now, the last thing. We've touched on responsibility, we touched on sign-up bonuses, but balances. First things first. As far as a balance is concerned, the very first thing is you don't want one. Forget the old wives' tale that you have to carry a little balance to make the credit card company happy. Carrying a balance does absolutely nothing positive for your credit score, regardless of the reporting agency. Don't argue with me. And if you want to argue with me, by all means, do it in the comments, but I'm not changing my mind. So don't carry a balance. Now, in the real world, things happen. Let's just face it. Life happens, and that's cool. If you do have a balance, though, here's some things in order of importance that you need to take care of. If you have to carry a balance, the very first thing you want to do is eliminate the balance as quickly as possible. Period. There's no point in carrying one. The second thing you want to consider is that if you can't eliminate the balance and you have to have it, you want to pay as little to no interest, period. Whether it be a balance transfer or an introductory APR, you definitely do not want to pay interest. That's gimme money for the bank. That's money for money that you've already borrowed. We got a grace period. That's really what we want to shoot for, is no interest. If you do end up finding yourself having to carry a balance, like I said, we're all human, life happens. So With those things being considered, I just want to introduce you to the cards that I'm using on a daily. I'm going to be cycling through other cards that I have here, explaining benefits and all things related to them. I'll do one on the CSP, the way I'm doing for the Amex Platinum, which I'm almost done with, thank goodness, because that card has benefits like out the wazoo. But that's pretty much it. And I want to thank you guys for coming by. Hopefully you stay till the end of the video. Once again, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and come back for more. I'm going to keep pumping out this content for you. And until then, I'll catch you on the next one.